Hi YouTube, Coin Picker here. Here are my thrift store finds for the past week. First of all, picked this up at our local thrift store. It says Wedgwood. Open it up. Jasperware. So this is Royal Birth 1982. So Prince Charles Lady Di, made exclusively for Burke's limited edition 5000 from Wedgwood. This only cost me $3.99. Comes with original paperwork. I thought it was pretty cheap, but you know, it's funny because I didn't have my iPhone with me, so I couldn't do the research. And you know, it is pretty cheap, but the resale value is roughly about $20 Canadian. So, you know, if I had my phone with me, it was actually, I didn't have much power, so I was charging at home. But I probably would have thought twice before buying this. You know, if it was like maybe $1.99, yeah, sure, you know, like 10 times my money, right? But yeah, anyways, this is something I wouldn't want to, I don't plan to keep. Probably would trade it off for something better. Next of all, went to my local coin store, and they had a big box of souvenir spoons for $3 each. Dug through it, did find some nice silver ones. I recognize I think it's, what do you call it? Not Swedish, but basically Northern European silver. I recognize the three towers. Now, if it has two towers from that country, it would be silver plate. But with three towers, it means it's silver. I forgot what was the percentage. You know, I don't think it's sterling. It'll be like something like 80% or 72%. But I got these pretty nice. Probably have some age to it. This one's a little bit different, but also from the same country. This one's a bit older, I believe. But got these with this coin. Funny thing was, I was actually at the store. I saw a little ingot I wanted months ago, and I sort of hesitated because it was more than an ounce of gold. But it was from Hong Kong, very collectible. At the time, it was like close to $2,000, and yeah, I was thinking about it all these months and decided, okay, I'm gonna go, you know, pay for it, go for it. And when I went there, of course, it was gone. So if you really like something, don't hesitate. A little bit disappointed, but I always eyed this coin for, I don't know how many years it's been at the store. Always been there because this is a coin from Cuba, peso, 1937. So this is a very scarce slash rare date, made by the Americans for the Cuban government. They call it the ABC dollar because the ruling powers or ruling party back then was, I forgot, it was some sort of political party, and they organized by different groups in their party, like A, B, and C. So that's why they nicknamed this the ABC dollar. And they only had them from, I believe, 1934 to 39. I might be off a little bit, but I don't think they were never issued because they were still going by the old government's silver coins, and they were considered like the I think they were like the rebel political party that finally got into power. So Americans made these for them on contract, and I think there was dispute on who was going to pay for it or how much. So, and I think silver was up in value, so they decided to just like sell the silver, melt them down. But somehow, I think their banks, Cuban banks, were going to save like a few bags for prosperity, like to sell to collectors in the future. But they accidentally melted like pretty much all of them, and I think something to do with like at the harbor when they were shipping them, a bag burst, and people were scrambling around like on the docks trying to grab free pesos, right? And some fell into the water. So that's why, even though they made like I don't know how many millions of these, most of them were melted down or lost. So this one in particular, they never saved any of the years. I mean, of this year, 1937. So this one was particularly valuable, and it was listed for or priced at $600 for I don't know how long. So long that the price on the holder faded, and they had to like touch it up again. But catalog value is about, well, for extra fine, about $400 American. So about $550 Canadian. And I told them, like most people, it's being here because most people don't know about the history behind it. So when they see the price tag in the case, they're gonna go, what's the big deal? But I can appreciate it because I like interesting coins, unique coins. So I asked them, the price has been sort of intimidating me for all these years. Can you give me a better price? And the owner asked me to give him an offer. So with the spoons that I found, which I think he figured out, they were silver since I picked them. Oh well. He hemmed and hawed, and we negotiated something. So I got all this for $330. Well, picking from a thrift store is different from picking from a coin store. So, if they figure out something over them, they're gonna make you pay through the nose, like if you bundle stuff. So I don't know, sort of a lesson learned. Maybe I should have just bought these separately. Who knows? I mean, he was giving me a good deal on this anyway, so I don't know if he's charging me full tilt on this and discounting that. But anyways, I always wanted one of these, and it's actually pretty nice condition. I don't know if it'll grade more than extra fine. Perhaps almost uncirculated. I don't know. Don't want to bring out to grading. I don't know who would grade it in my area, because they would just send it out. But pretty nice. I would probably try to complete the set now that I have the key coin out of the series, and it's an extremely small set anyways, like what I say, like 4 to 5 coins. But even though there's good relations with the US and Cuba now, or starting, the problem is, I should say started a few years back, right? The problem is when you try to look it up on eBay to search, you have to look up, you can't look up Cuba coins, blah, 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 directly. You have to look up like Caribbean coins or pesos, because I don't know, I think the American embargo is over with Cuba, but eBay still has it in their system. So, oh well, figure that out later. These are, as I expected, about half an ounce each. So I got an ounce and a half of silver here.